Now it's time to cover election commission. The constitution provides for an independent election commission. In Article 324, it must be noted here the election commission is not concerned with the elections to panchayat and municipalities. For this, constitution provides for separate state election commissions. Consists of chief election commissioners plus two election commissioners. They are all equal, having same powers. The chief election commissioner is appointed by the president. Now, all election commissioners hold office for the term of 6 years until they attain the age of 65 years. They are not eligible for the reappointment. All election commissioners hold office for the term of 6 years and age of 65 years. They are not eligible for reappointment. Their salary and allowances are equal to those of Supreme Court judges. In 1990, Dinesh Goswami Committee recommends that the election commission to be a three-membered body. The chief election commissioner can be removed from office before expiry of his term by the President of India. What are the main functions? Preparation of electoral rolls and the keeping the voter list updated, preparation of code of conduct for all the political parties, recognition of various political parties and allotment of election symbols, to examine the returns of election expenses filed by the candidates, appointment of election officers to look into disputes concerning election arrangements. Then, on the basis of delimitation commission act of the parliament to determine the territorial areas of the electoral constituencies, to advise the president on matters relating to the disqualification of the members of parliament, then to advise the governor on matters relating to the disqualification of members of a state legislature. The electoral rolls for panchayats and municipalities in the state are prepared by the election commission of the state. The state election commission. Political parties, one party system in which only one party ruling party exists or no opposition is permitted. Okay, this system is going on in USSR and Eastern European countries. Then two party system in which two party major parties are there, example in USA and Britain. And multi party system in which there are a number of political parties leading to the formation of coalition government, as well as for the example in India, France and Switzerland and Italy. The election commission registers political parties for the purpose of the election and grants them recognition as national or state parties on the basis of their poll performance. What are the main conditions for recognition as a national party? If it secures 6% of valid votes polled in any four or more states at the general election or to the Lok Sabha or the Legislative Assembly, and in addition, it wins 4 seats in the Lok Sabha from any states or states. If it wins 2% of seats in the Lok Sabha at a general election and these candidates are elected from at least 3 states, or if it is recognized as a state party in 4 states. When we talk about conditions for the recognition of a state party, if it secures 6% of valid votes polled in the state at general election to the legislative assembly of the state concerned, and in addition it wins 2 seats in assembly of the state concerned, or if it is secured 6% of valid votes polled in the state at the general election to Lok Sabha from the state concerned, and in addition it wins a seat in Lok Sabha. So many conditions are there. Okay, when we talk about elections, it will done an adult franchisee which is started with the 18 years of age. There can be no longer than 6 months between the last session of the dissolved Lok Sabha and the recalling of the new house. The model code of conduct for guidance of the candidates and political parties comes immediately into effect after such announcement, although MCC is non-statutory. MCC means model code of conduct. The election campaign is the period when the political parties put forward their candidates and arguments with which they hope to persuade people to vote for their candidates and parties. The official campaign lasts at least 2 weeks from the drawing of the list of nominated candidates and officially ends 48 hours before polling closes. No polling stations should have to deal with more than 1500 voters. Each polling station is open for at least 8 hours a day of the election. Since 1998, the Commission has increasingly used electronic voting systems or machines, you can say EVMs, instead of ballot boxes. Elections to the Lok Sabha are carried out using the first past the post electoral system. Election petitions are tried by the High Court of the state involved. Electoral reforms lowering of the voting age. The 61st Constitutional Amendment Act 1989 reduced the voting age from 21 years to 18 years for the Lok Sabha as well as the assembly elections. If the death of the candidate occur, then deceased candidate belong to a recognized party, then the party concerned would be given an option to propose another candidate within 7 days. Okay, holiday to employees on the polling day. Then consistent contestants restricted to two more two constituencies, requesting of a staff requisitioning of staff for election duty, declaration of criminal antecedents, assets, etc. by candidates. Restrictions imposed on exit poll. According to 2009 provision, conducting exit polls and publishing results of exit polls would be prohibited during the election to Lok Sabha and the state legislative assembly. Ceiling on election expenditure increased in 2014. The central government raised the maximum ceiling on election expenditure by candidates for a Lok Sabha seat at bigger states to 70 lakhs. In other states or union territories, it will be between 22 lakhs to 54 lakhs. Finance Commission Article 280 is deals with the Finance Commission. It consists of one chairman and four other members qualified to be appointed judges of High Court. Okay, presently 14th Finance Commission is working. Y.V. Reddy is the chairman. What are the main functions? To recommend to the President distribution of net proceeds of taxes and divisible between union and states, to recommend that the principle which should govern the grants of the revenues of the state out of the consolidated fund of India. The recommendations made by it are only of advisory nature and hence not binding on the government. Anti-defecation law. To curb political defecation, added by 52nd Amendment Act amendment in 1985. 52nd Amendment Act in 1985. For this purpose, it made changes in four articles: 101, 102, 190 and 191, and added a schedule 10th schedule to this constitution. Any member of parliament belonging to any party can be disqualified if he voluntarily gives up a membership of the party, that party, if he votes or abstains from voting according to the party whip. Any independent member can be disqualified if he joins any political party after election. Any nominated member can be disqualified if he joins any political party after the expiry of 6 months from the date of his joining. This law shall not apply to a situation where a member goes out of his party as a result of a merger of party with the other party, or a merger takes place when two-thirds of the member of the party have agreed for such merger. Delimitation Commission or Boundary Commission was established under the provisions of Delimitation Commission Act. The main task of the commission is to redraw the boundaries of the various Assembly and Lok Sabha constituencies based on the recent census. So the representation from each state is not changed during this exercise. However, the number of SC and ST seats in the state are changed in accordance with the census. The commission is a powerful body whose orders cannot be challenged in the court of law. However, modifications are not permitted. Delimitation Commission have been set up four times in 1952, 1963, 1973 and 2002. The last Delimitation Commission was set up on July 12, 2002 after the 2001 census with Justice Kuldeep Singh, a retired judge of Supreme Court of India, as its chairperson. Now is the turn of official languages. The constitution declared Hindi as the official language of India. However, it permitted the use of English of official purpose for the period of 15 years from the commissioning of constitution. The parliament was authorized to allow the use of English even beyond this period. In 1964, the parliament passed the Official Language Act 1963, which permitted the use of English as official language up to January 26, 1971. The use of English would continue indefinitely. However, the Parliament has not made any provision for the use of Hindi in the Supreme Court. Hence, the Supreme Court hears only those who petition or appeal in English. Panchayati Raj ensures the direct participation of people at the grassroots level. It is a subject in state list. Evolution of Panchayati Raj. Balwant Rai Sam Mehta Committee. Balwant Rai and Mehta Committee in January 1957, the Government of India appointed a committee to examine the working of the Community Development Program 1952 and the National Extension Service 1953 and to suggest measures for their better working. The chairman of this committee was Balwant Rai G. Mehta. Okay, so democratic decentralization, he was recommended. Three-tier structure consisting of Jila Parishad at the district level, Panchayat Samiti at the block level, and Gram Panchayat at the village level. These tiers should be linked through indirect election. Okay, indirect election should be done. Then genuine transfer for the power and responsibility to these institutions, adequate resources to them, these are done. The council did not insist on a single rigid pattern and left it to the states to involve their own patterns suitable to local conditions. The basic principles and broad fundamentals should be identical throughout the country. The three-tier system of Panchayati Raj was first adopted by Rajasthan Nagaur district on October 2, 1959. This was followed by Bihar and Rajasthan. Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Gujarat, Himachal Pradesh, Maharashtra, Punjab, Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh, and West Bengal. Three-tier system, it envisages Panchayat at the village level, Panchayat Samiti at the block level, and Zilla Parishad at the district level. Village panchayats, you can say, consists of directly elected representatives of the people. Membership varies from 5 to 31. Seats reserved for SC, ST, and women, etc. Chairman is directly elected by the Gram Sabha, known as Pradhan. The panchayat is accountable for all its actions to the Gram Sabha, the general body of villagers. Gram Sabha consists of all the adults residing within the jurisdiction of panchayat. Then block and panchayat samiti, the block consisting 20 to 60 villagers is administered through the panchayat samiti consisting of the directly elected members from the Gram Sabha. Apart from the other members, the chairman of the panchayat samiti is called block pramukh. Indirect election, okay, is done there. Jila Parishad, it is the top level of the three-tiered structure, consists of directly Jila Parishad, it is the top level of three-tier structure, consists of directly elected members from the Gram Sabha. Apart from other members, elects its chairman from amongst the members, who is known as district collector. As Ashok Mehta Committee, appointed in December 1977 by the Janata Party, submitted its report in 1978, which said replacement of three-tier system by the two-tier system consisting of mandal panchayats at the base level. Okay, 15,000 to 20,000 population should be covered, and the Jila Parishad at the top. The 73rd Amendment Act 1992, the December 1992, it envisages the provides for a Gram Sabha as the foundation of the Panchayati Raj system. The Act provides for the three-tier system of Panchayati Raj in every state. The chairperson of a panchayat at the village level shall be elected in such a manner as the state legislature defines. 11th schedule. It contains the following 29 functional items placed within the purview of panchayat. So 29 functional items are there in panchayat. I am giving you some examples like agriculture, land improvement, minor irrigation, animal husbandry, fisheries, social forestry, minor forest produce, rural housing, drinking water, fuel and food, non-conventional energy sources, poverty elevation program, education, libraries, cultural activities, markets and fairs, family welfare, and many more. Okay, municipalities. The term urban local government in India signifies the governance of an urban by the people through their elected representatives. There are 8 types of urban local governments in India: municipal corporation, municipality, notified area committee, town area committee, cantonment board, township people port trust, township port trust, and a special purpose agency. The system of urban government was constitutionalized through the 74th Constitutional Amendment Act 1992. Here extra information is there: oaths and resignation. So president of India, oaths are done by chief justice of India or senior most judges of SC in the absence of CJI, and resignation submitted to vice president. In the case of vice president, the oath was given taken by with the president, and resignation also give to president. In the case of prime minister, the same one, president to and president can take the oath of this given oath both of this and resignation also submitted to president. In the case of CAG, Attorney General, Solicitor General, Chairman of UPSC, Governor of RBI, Chief Election Commissioners, all the resignation and oath both were done by president. Okay. Speaker of Lok Sabha, when we talk about, so the oath was done by president, but they can submit their resignation to deputy speaker of Lok Sabha. Deputy speaker of Lok Sabha, in the same way, he can the oath was done by president, and he can give his resignation to speaker of Lok Sabha. Deputy chairman of Rajya Sabha, oath is done by president, and he can give his resignation to chairman. Okay. Governor, Chief Justice of High Court, done with oath. Okay, and President, he can give his resignation to President. Prime Minister of India is the head of main these institutions: Niti Aayog, National Integration Council, National Ganga River Basin Authority, National Development Council, National Commission for Population Control, Department of Space, Department of Atomic Energy, Nuclear Command Authority, Indian Board of Wildlife, National Disaster Management Authority, Council of Scientific Research and Industrial Research (CSIR), then Interstate Council, National Water Resource Council, Council of Ministers, and Leader of the House of Parliament, of which he is a member. National insignia. It means national emblem. It was taken from Sarnath lion capital. Okay, it was adopted in 26 January 1950. Okay, and it was. The frieze, the main symbol is carrying four lions standing back to back. Okay, and it in high relief of an elephant, a galloping horse, and a bull and a lion separated by intervening wheels, or you can say chakras, over a bell-shaped lotus. Wheel of law is dharma chakra. The word Satyamev Jayate from the Mundaka Upanishads, meaning truth alone triumphs, is written inscribed in the abacus of national emblem and in Devanagari script. National flag, it was horizontal tricolor in deep saffron at the top, white in middle, and dark green on the bottom. 2 or 3, the ratio of the width of the flag is 2:3. Okay, 2:3. Okay, then it was accepted in 22nd July 1947. It used and display are regulated by code. National anthem, Rabindranath Tagore was written. He has written Jan Gan Man. It was adopted in 24th January 1950, and Vande Mataram is the national song. Okay, then Tattva Bodhini Patrika. It was written on December 1911 and was published in the Brahmo Samaj Journal Tattva Bodhini Patrika. It was first sung in 27th December 1911 at the Calcutta session of INC. Approximately it takes 52 seconds. Okay, a shorter version consisting of the first and last lines of the stanza takes 20 seconds to play. National songs, the song Vande Mataram, composed by Bankim Chand Chatterjee in Sanskrit. It is in 1882 novel Anand Math. In Anand Math it was written. Has an equal status of Jan Gan Man. It was adopted in January 1950. January 24, 1950. National calendar. The national calendar based on Saka era with Chaitra as its first month and normal year of 365 days was adopted from March 22, 1957. Other national insignia like national animal tiger, panthera tigris, national aquatic animal river dolphin, which is called as Platanacita gangetica, then national bird peacock, pavo crestus, then national fruit mango, magnifera indica, then national flower lotus, Nelimbo nucifera garden, then national tree banyan or bargad, Ficus bagnalis, the national river Ganga, currency symbol Indian rupee, conceptualized and designed by Udaya Kumar from IIT Bombay, adopted by the Government of India in July 15 in 2010. In quick recap, we are going to discuss about table of precedence. Okay, so very first government of India, very first one is president, the second number vice president, third number prime minister, fourth number governor of states within the respective states, then fifth number former presidents. Okay, and fifth A is deputy prime minister, then sixth one chief justice of India and a speaker of Lok Sabha, both are there. Chief justice of India and a speaker of Lok Sabha is having the same status. Okay, then seventh number is cabinet ministers of union, chief ministers of states within their respective states, deputy chairman, planning commission, former prime ministers, leader of opposition in Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. Then 7A is holders of Bharat Ratna decoration. Eighth number is ambassadors and high commissioners of Commonwealth countries accredited to India, chief ministers of state outside their respective states. Then ninth number judges of Supreme Court. Okay, governors are there in the eighth one. Okay, governors of states outside. Ninth A, chief election commissioners and controller general of India. Then tenth number by chairman, deputy chairman, Rajya Sabha, deputy chief ministers of states and all. Then 11th number attorney general of India, cabinet secretary and all. And it's the list is so exhaustive, no need to discuss. Now quickly revise the constitutional amendment. So in Article 368 in Part 20th of the Constitution deals with the power of Parliament to amend the Constitution and its procedure. However, the Parliament cannot amend those provisions which from the basic structure of the Constitution. This was ruled in Keswanand Bharti case 1973. Methods of amendments in Constitution is simple majority. First method is simple majority. With this applies to matters of citizenship, abolishing or creating of second chambers in the states and provisions relating to the scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. In this, the following conditions should be fulfilled. Both the houses must pass a proposal by the majority of total membership. Second one is okay. Second procedure is both the houses must pass a proposal by the majority of the total membership by 2/3 majority of the members present and voting. After this, the amendment bill must also be ratified by not less than half of the legislature by simple majority. Okay, the third method, and this one is applicable to election of vice president, president, executive powers of union states, subject related to division of legislative powers between the center and states. Third method is this method consists of first two conditions of second method, and in this there is no need of ratification of states. What are the methods we can use here? What are the matters? Applies to the matters related to the fundamental rights, directive principle of state policy and other all provisions. List of important amendments, that is really important. First Amendment Act in 1951 added ninth schedule. Okay, Seventh Amendment Act 1956 is necessitated on account of recognition of the reorganization of states on a linguistic basis. Eighth Amendment Act 1959 extended special provisions for reservation of seats for SCs and STs and Anglo-Indians in Lok Sabha and legislative assemblies for the period of 10 years from 1960 to 1970. Ninth Amendment Act gave effect to transfer certain territories to Pakistan following the 1958 Indo-Pak Agreement. The 10th Amendment Act 1961 incorporated Dadar Nagar Haveli as a UT. Okay. 26th Amendment Act 1971 abolished the titles and special privileges of former rulers of princely states. 38th Amendment Act 1975. 38th Amendment 1975 provided that the President can make a declaration of emergency and the promulgation of ordinance by the President. 42nd Amendment Act 1976 added FDs, fundamental duties, socialist, secular and integrity words are there. It is also called mini constitution. Okay, it provided supremacy of the parliament and give primacy to the directive principles of the state policy over fundamental rights. It also added 10 fundamental duties. New words, socialist, secular and integrity of the nation were added in the preamble. It authorized the president to make a proclamation of emergency, president to act and the advice of council of ministers. 44th Amendment Act 1978, that is really important. It sought to remove some of the irritants of the 42nd Amendment Act. It made changes in the emergency provisions to ensure that these powers are not misused by the executive in future. It restored to the courts the power to decide whether an office was an office of profit or not, a power they were deprived by 42nd Amendment. It removed also the right to property from the list of fundamental rights. Article 352 was amended to provide armed rebellion as one of the circumstances for the declaration of emergency. With the help of 53rd Amendment 1986 and 55th Amendment 1986, 53rd Amendment 1986, Mizoram was made a state, and 55th Amendment Act 1986 conferred statehood to Arunachal Pradesh. 61st Amendment Act 1989 reduced the voting age from 21 to 18 years for the 18 years for the legislative assembly states Lok Sabha as well as assemblies. Then 61st, that is 61st Amendment Act 1990. Okay, that was there. I think there's something wrong. 86th Amendment Act 2022. 86th Amendment Act 2002 made education a fundamental rights for children in the age group of 6 to 14 years. 84th Amendment Act 2001 extended free show on Lok Sabha and state assembly seats till 2026. 91st Amendment Act 2003 amended the anti-defecation law and also made a provision that the number of ministers in the central and state governments cannot be more than 15% of the strength of a Lok Sabha and respected Vidhan Sabha. 99th Amendment Act 2014, it provides for the formation of new National Judicial Appointment Commission. It was repealed by Supreme Court in 2015. 100th Amendment Act 2015, it operationalized the land boundary agreement, swapping two territories between India and Bangladesh. And 101st Amendment Act 2016, it contains the provisions which are necessary for the implementation of goods and services tax, GST. Okay, so in this way we have finished polity. Next audios I am going to deal with economy. Thanks a lot.